Listen,
I was just taking it in.
all our toes are being stepped on today.
Yeah.
You can only make the best decision if you have
the information.
Your digital footprint is the same thing.
Digital footprint.
They didn't leave their digital footprint blank.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You get to determine what your digital footprint is. Don't miss this part, y'all. Everyone has a digital footprint.
Right.
The engine that drives a digital footprint is. So you've built your career on presence, expertise, and real world results. That's a tongue twister by any stretch of the imagination. You are in demand. Your network is strong, but a quiet, nagging question persists. Is your online presence working as hard as you are? I don't even, sometimes, some days I don't even know if I can answer that.
Right. I don't know.
Online presence is a synonym for an electronic identity, but I like to call it your digital footprint. And there's only two types of digital footprints, y'all. Intentional or abandoned.
Yikes.
Everyone has a digital footprint.
Yikes.
Everyone has a digital footprint. Everyone has. I want to be clear on this. There's some people are like, well, I choose to abstain. No, everyone has a digital footprint. The question is whether or not you're being intentional about it or is it abandoned. Now, listen, I want to say this. I did some checking on our co-host. I went ahead and Googled her name. And this is one of the ways that you can find out what's out there, what's available. When's the last time you actually Googled yourself? Uh-oh. Yeah, let us know that.
Yeah,
in the
I'm
comments
afraid.
below. When is the last time you actually typed in your name? So I did this without her knowing.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna have to ask our video guy to put something in
don't
here.
Have to do that.
No, we do. You know why? Because I was blown away that the first 3 pages of Google results were all Taina.
So, what do you mean? Is it like
you owned it? Like there's
really?
No one else on.
So when you go on Google, every entry of those first pages actually leads back to me.
It's not just leads back to you. It is you.
It is me.
Yeah, in a picture or a post or whatever.
Wow.
And imagine, because one of the things in the pilot program that I'm running right now, this is one of the first steps that we do. We ask people to go and Google themselves, and people are shocked.
Really?
Like some of the unfortunate truth is that your digital footprint is not just contributed to by you.
Right.
Like
that's why I was like, I don't know what you found up there.
We had Claudia on, right? If you Google Claudia right now, some of that is that's true. Some of that's and that's not stuff that she did,
right?
But unfortunately, that's what comes up. And so your digital footprint, the engine that drives a digital footprint, is content. And
I was gonna say, I feel like that's why there's so much of me on my page is because I've created so much that. Yeah, now it auto generates that.
It creates a web.
Yeah,
it creates this web, and that's what is being indexed. You have to remember, all of this stuff is still bits and bytes, right? A search engine is still a search engine, and so it creates these indexes, and it's like, well, what has the most hits? What has the most views? And for you to own the first 3 pages is wild. I'm telling you this. I absolutely love it.
I was only a little intentional about it. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It just so happens my work is content creation.
That's
so
true.
I got lucky in that way.
Well, it is luck from the perspective of you weren't necessarily doing it to have that
exactly,
but you were doing all the right things.
Right.
And this is what I'm saying. One of the fringe benefits of being a content creator is that you get to own your digital footprint.
Right.
So I'll give you this, and we'll dive in. We'll dive in because I want to make sure we introduce ourselves, but I want to share this quick little story. One of the things I do at church is, of course, I have a moderator crew for our online audience. So there's about anywhere from 4,000 to 7,000 people that watch live every Sabbath, and we have these moderators who are in the chat helping to keep the flow of everything going.
I'm a mod, so I'll be seeing some of y'all and blocking some. No, I'm kidding. I hope I haven't blocked any of you because you are behaving yourselves.
But if you were blocked, you deserved it.
Exactly.
I mean, listen, I'm unapologetic where that's concerned. So one of the things, we had a training with the moderators, and we were talking about, some of the tactics, tips, tricks, best practices, and one of them were saying, but if somebody types something that isn't, it doesn't reach the level of being banned, but it is completely off topic of what we're trying to share. What we're, it doesn't have anything to do with what's happening on stage. What do we do? And what I said to them is, you flood the chat. You flood the chat. You put in 20 amens. Put in hallelujah. Put the hand raise emoji. You flood the chat, because if you're basically just clearing it off of the screen.
That's good.
And they were like,
that's good.
That's good. Now, why am I saying this?
Same thing.
Because your digital footprint is the same thing.
Digital footprint.
Your digital footprint is the same thing. What you've done, and you said this earlier.
Yeah.
What you've done with content is that you've basically flooded the chat.
Right.
There's too much of your stuff out there for any negative stuff
to come up. That's so
you're
good.
you just cleared it. You just clear it. And this is why content creation is so important.
Wow.
Okay.
Great point.
My name is Kirk Nugent, and this is the How It All Works podcast. And we're back for another episode. This is our lovely co-host,
Taina Nixon.
We're excited to dive in today to talk about, how is your digital footprint? Have you ever considered it? I recently launched a pilot program, and I'm giving a group of high-impact professionals a digital footprint audit. And the audit, based on results, right? It's based on sometimes a custom strategy to improve their digital footprint. But that strategy hinges on content. Now, literally, it hinges on content. There's a show that my family and I used to watch. I don't know if you caught this. It was a show that came out in 2017 called Hunted by CBS. And it followed 9 teams of real life people on this manhunt. And they had literally people from FBI, CIA, and all these hunting them. This was the game. This was the whole concept. And so as a cybersecurity person, I was just like, it's like, oh my God. I zeroed in on it. It was only one season. But there was a team that won. And their names are Hilmar and Skagfields. I guess these are their last names. Anyway, they're from Tallahassee, and these guys, they played the hunters. So everybody else's strategy was, get off the grid, hide, go dark, don't post, basically leave their digital footprint blank.
Open, okay.
And that was, prior to watching the show, I would have said the same thing. I would have been like, oh, yeah,
you got to disappear.
You got to disappear. You got to drop off the planet, basically. And for some people, that did work.
Okay.
But, it was I think it was 20 days. I can't remember what it was, but you had to basically evade capture for this portion of time.
Okay.
And for some, it's like, well, I still want to check in. I still want to do certain things. And those things got them every single time. There's only 2 teams that actually made it to the end.
Okay.
It was one person, they came out of the woods to go to Taco Bell. Yo, you gotta watch this thing. I'm telling you, it was priceless. They come out of the woods to go to Taco Bell, and they caught them right there eating a burrito.
They would have got me too, honey.
They would have got me too.
They would have got me in a black bean.
Straight up.
Chalupa.
Oh, come on. They would have got me as well. But
hilarious.
So this team that won, they had people logged into their accounts posting.
Smart.
They had their campaign was exactly the opposite.
I love it.
They sent the hunters on wild goose chase. Like we got the pin over here. We got a thing over. They couldn't tell what was real. They were hiding in plain sight. They flew his wife in, one of the guy's wife, and she took a picture with the current newspaper, posted it with them in the shot, and then they literally got on a plane and flew out. That's
so good. That's so good.
I love these guys. But I say all this in the context of what we're talking about today, because they didn't leave their digital footprint blank.
Right.
They owned it.
Right.
They dictated what's out there based on what they wanted people to see.
I see.
And this is what I mean by there's only 2 types of digital footprints.
Yeah.
Intentional. And intentional may mean like right now in the season that I'm in, I'm really going for this kind of vibe.
Right.
And so my banners are showing that, my brand blurb, right? My bio, my links, the things that I want people to know about me. This is what I'm showing. And maybe you might be transitioning to another season. I've got a guy in this audit program who is a chef, but he's also a database developer.
Okay.
So his LinkedIn, everything was based on that. but now he's shifting towards being the chef. So it's like, okay, let me put some of these things in place. You get to determine what your digital footprint is. And there's some questions I want to throw out here. And I'm open. Listen, I haven't shared any of this with my co-host, so she's learning along with you guys. If you want to know if your online presence is working as hard as you are, you got to answer these 5 questions. Are you ready? Oh boy. I'm going to answer them along with Taina today. Okay. If a prospective client or partner Googles you right now, what's the first thing they see? Is it professional? Is it up to date? Is it a true representation of your authority? Or is it a mix of outdated articles, irrelevant social posts, and dead links? Now, I Googled you, and I can tell you beyond a shadow of a doubt, you have your website.
Okay.
You have a ton of content everywhere, tagged, as well as content that you posted yourself.
Okay.
Whether or not it is exactly what you want it to say, you would have to look at that.
Okay. But it comes off as professional.
Absolutely. It in no way does it scream cringe, right?
Okay.
It says, oh, this person has been, in my opinion, intentional. But I dare, our audience
to do that,
to go and do the same thing.
Okay.
Because
look themselves up.
Yeah. Okay. Literally just go to google.com, type in fact, go to incognito.
I was thinking the same thing. Go to the incognito mode, open a tab.
So
that it's not even attached to your Google account or anything like that.
Boom.
So you can see what a stranger
would see.
Right.
That's exactly right.
That's good.
Man.
That's smart.
Yeah. Do an incognito tab and Google yourself and see what comes up. In one instance, in the pilot program that I'm going through, some accounts popped up that did not belong to this person.
Oh no.
It was his picture.
What?
Yeah. So there's a rogue, somebody, basically there's a rogue account out there. But he would not have known that
if he didn't look it up.
He hadn't looked it up. And so this is what I mean by saying being intentional. One of the main things is you've got to look.
And I remember doing this when I started applying to jobs. When I was younger.
Perfect.
I looked myself up then.
Perfect.
And I wasn't creating nearly as much content at the time. And so, it was a couple of them was me from like school stuff. Right. I've done research before in my background. So that stuff was coming up. But then there was like a girl who has my exact same name. I think 2 girls who might have my exact same name.
Yeah.
And just quick, like, side quest, my first name is there, so it's based on the Taino Indians and the indigenous people of the island of Hispaniola, which is where Haiti is, right? Half of Hispaniola is Haiti, the other half is Dominican Republic. Yeah. So the Taino Indians were the indigenous people of that island. Yeah. And my dad was a history buff. My family is Haitian. And so my dad named me Taina.
Okay.
I feel like those other kids, their parents heard that my dad did that. And they just... No, one of them I know for a fact. Literally. My mom is still upset about it.
They stole the name.
Them, oh, yeah, she's pregnant.
Yeah.
We're gonna name her Taina, and they named their daughter Taina. Upsetting. But also there are other Haitian Casimir families. So it just so happened Taina Casimir. Okay. There were a couple other people with my name. There were YouTube videos. There was a YouTube video of a girl dancing on a desk. I said, Jesus, this is not me. It's not me. It's not me. Oh my word. So I had to start putting Taina, my middle initial A, Casimir. Just please
to differentiate.
That's
this. I just love this because you can only make the best decision if you have
the information. Excellent point.
And this is why. So let me say this, because I should have done this before. The definition of a digital footprint is the trail of data created by a person's online activities and interactions, encompassing both visible actions like social media posts and passive data like browsing history and IP addresses. Ding, 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 ding. That's why I said incognito. A digital footprint builds a detailed profile of an individual's interests, habits, and online identity, which can be accessed by others and may permanently influence how they are perceived by employers, schools, and online platforms.
So you see why I was Googling myself.
Boom.
It's important to know.
Important.
And I was applying for a government job.
Mercy. You got to know what's out there.
But they told me up front, they're like, we're going to scrub.
Oh.
They were like, we're going to look high and low.
Yeah.
So if you want to scrub, you can. That's what they were telling you. Can scrub, try to scrub it if you want.
You can try and clear it.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
but we'll find it. And the internet is forever. So good luck.
It lives forever.
The internet lives forever.
This is why.
That includes your comments, by the way.
But I will say this. This is why flooding the chat.
It does help.
It does help.
It does help.
Because a cursory look.
Correct.
Like the government is the government.
Yeah.
They need
You're not
to
getting
have
around
the ability to go down.
That's right.
Down the rabbit hole.
But the average person
exactly.
is not going to look past page.
They might not.
Most of them not even going past page 1.
I went to page 5.
Right.
But that's because of what I'm doing.
Because of you, exactly.
But I was shocked. When I got to page 3 and I scrolled all the way to the bottom, I was like, dang, girl. I know for a fact I don't own page 3.
Right.
I own page 1.
Yeah.
Man.
But I remember I told you I've been on the internet creating a long time.
But this is the thing. It's like, and it's good content. Okay. All right. Here's question number 2. We've got to finish this up. Okay. Question number 2 says, does your social media feeds feel like an afterthought? Is the content a patchwork of random thoughts instead of a cohesive narrative that reinforces your core message? These are questions that no we can't answer.
Right.
You get to answer. And so today you're basically sitting in the audit chair, right? You know, the accountant's got the books open and they've got their ruler out and they're going line by line. Like, what is this? You've got to answer that. Is it a patchwork or is it cohesive? Like, if somebody goes to your social profile right now, what immediately jumps out at them is what you want your core message to be? Because if it isn't, then you know what you need to do.
Right.
You already know what you need to do to kind of set that up. We've both talked about this thing on this very platform where either ourselves or coaching clients have missed out on opportunities because email addresses weren't in the right place. Things weren't set up properly.
Yes.
We didn't have a clear next step or where people could go to be able to experience that transformation or whatever it is. And these are the types of things I'm talking about. Is it intentional?
Right.
Or is it abandoned? Because if you set up the account, you probably set it up with some intention at the beginning. And here's the thing. I want to be clear. For the person that says, I'm intentional, it only takes a week for it to go to be abandoned.
Dang.
1 week without touching it, it's abandoned. Because is it still real? Is it still valid?
Is it relevant?
Is it still relevant? Is it still doing what you wanted to do?
Right.
Here's question number 3. Unless you wanted to say something, question 2.
Oh, nothing. I was just feeling rebuked is all. That's all.
Listen,
I was just taking it in.
All our toes are being stepped on today.
Yeah.
All right, here's number 3. I hope this one's a little bit less. Number 3. I know you're good on this one. Are you relying on a single platform to carry the entire weight of your digital presence?
Right.
Leaving your brand vulnerable if that platform's algorithm changes.
Yes.
This is what when we talk about websites not being dead, we talked about having a mailing list.
Right.
When we talked about, how do you sell anything without a website? I just don't understand how you do it. But when we talked about these things, we're talking about something that you own versus something that you rent versus you're not even renting. You're just a guest.
Yes, exactly.
You know, you're living rent free on Facebook, rent free on YouTube, rent free on Instagram. They can change the algorithm and you're completely out. And so one of the things she has, TainaNexit.com, I have KirkRNugent.com. That's something that's owned. And so my digital presence will always be there regardless of what these platforms do. And so that's a question for somebody out there is like, do I have those pieces? Am I actually making inroads to have a digital presence that isn't dependent on one platform? Here, the other piece is you could only be on one platform as opposed to being on one or two or 3. Yeah. I mean, you're probably on some platforms I'm not even on.
Like as far as being a creator on those platforms?
Well, just present. Even.
Okay, I'm present on multiple platforms. I'm not really creating on all of them across the board.
No, and that's critical.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even when I don't know, it's not TikTok. What's it? Blue Sky? That's a new one, right?
Yeah,
so
Blue Sky.
When Blue Sky came out, I had no intention of posting on there, but I definitely went and got Kirk Nugent.
Right.
Because I was like, well, I don't want anybody to have
anybody else to have it. Good point.
Yeah, it's better to have it and not post.
Yes.
Than for somebody else to get it. And I'm Kirk Nugent on everything else.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, I was late to Instagram.
So you didn't get it? Oh, yes, we talked about this.
Yeah, so I'm the Tyena Nixon on Instagram because someone already has Tyena Nixon.
Yeah.
And they ain't even do nothing with it.
Come on. You got to let that thing go, fam.
I know. Give it up.
Let it go.
Give it up. But yeah, so I think, yes, at least have the handle.
At least have the handle.
At least have the handle.
So you can you have the option. You have the opportunity to do something with it. And and the best part of that is nobody can post trash on it.
That's true.
The thing.
That's true. Because that'll muck up your digital footprint. They have your name on there, but they're posting other stuff. You don't want that.
My first job out of college was at NASA. And while I was there, I don't know why we got access to this story. I'm sharing it anyway, though. I don't care anymore. But there was whitehouse.gov is the website. That's the website.
Yeah.
It's not whitehouse.com. It's whitehouse.gov.
Right.
So the White House, the United States of America White House did not own whitehouse.com. The website is whitehouse.gov.
That's dangerous.
I know. But this is when I worked at NASA, it was the Stone Age. I graduated in 2002 from college. That's when I was working at NASA. So it's back in that time frame.
Yeah.
It was still the Wild West.
Yeah. But dang.
A person bought whitehouse.com and said to the United States government, I'll sell it to you for this amount. They said no because they felt like they were, the amount was too much. You're extorting us.
Yeah.
So then they put up a porn site. And then the White House went back to them and said, we'll buy it. And then they said,
the price has gone up. Yesterday's price is not today's price.
The price has gone up.
Tragic. That's diabolical, but also.
And yet. Exactly. It's kind of like, well, you could have did that to yourself.
Because why didn't y'all think that through?
Why didn't you think that through? Buy all those. You're too big.
Come on.
You're too big. The digital footprint, like somebody. So now when you might try it right now. If you type in whitehouse.com, it's just going to autocorrect to whitehouse.com.
That's right. It's just
which is what it should have been
all along. But we have to give them a little grace because we didn't fully understand internet culture at the time.
Not at all.
We did not fully understand, and we didn't understand what the internet could do, good or bad.
No, not back in the day, man.
Yeah, not back then.
Even back then,
they learned a hard lesson that day.
Listen, they learned the lesson for all of us.
Exactly.
I don't want to learn that lesson.
Exactly.
So I'm gonna go get that account, Kirk R. Nugent on whatever, so I have it, and nobody else can put any other trash up. All right, 2 more, and we're done. Do you have a clear, automated pathway for someone who discovers you on social media to become a subscriber to your mailing list or a lead for your primary offer?
Right.
And so this is just kind of like, mirrored of question number 3. Question number 4: are you relying only on socials, or do you have your own platform? If you have your own platform, then you just want to make sure you're linking to it.
Yeah.
What does that pathway look like? How do you link to it?
Yeah.
You had somebody hit you up. You said when you were ready to start getting paid, you added your email address.
Correct.
And people started
boom, emailing me.
It
made me wonder. I was like, dang, I wonder if I have missed out on stuff where somebody went to my bio, didn't see my email, and were like, oh, never mind.
This is it.
Yeah.
Was it Claudia on, I think.
Oh,
And she had account that one account got hacked, and then she added a new account, and she's creating content on that. But then the old account was still getting tags, was still getting likes, it was still getting followers, but she didn't have a email address in there. So she's not gonna mind me sharing this. She's actually in the pilot program,
right?
And we recently just got her account back.
Nice.
So she now has access to both.
Oh, that's fantastic.
When she went into that account, hasn't been in there for almost 3 years. DMs from a month or 2 ago. Books that they wanted her to review.
That would hurt my feelings.
And if you just had a clear way, because the person who hacked her account didn't change anything. They didn't put anything nefarious up. So the account still looked like it was valid.
Still looked like.
So if she
had her email up there.
Anything that could have led them over to her ecosystem, she could have realized some of those.
Yes.
There's some significant ass. You got to hit her up because.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah,
I will. That's my girl. I got to know what was in that.
There was some stuff in there, fam.
T-Pain tells a story about this.
No, he does.
Yeah, he didn't know that there was a request. Like as part of your inbox on Instagram.
Yeah.
He didn't know that people who you don't follow Sometimes they're sending you a message, but it goes into a request until you approve it, and then it'll come into your regular inbox.
Oh, no.
So one day he discovered this, went in there and found that years ago, Viola Davis had sent him a DM trying to connect with him. And he was like, yeah, so just put that out there so that doesn't happen to you guys. Like, maybe Viola Davis is trying to talk to you.
Maybe she's trying to talk to you. Oh, God. Somebody's going right now, frantically like, what is this request?
Y'all, Viola Davis not trying to talk to us. She not. But you never know who else is in those requests. You never know.
No idea. We cannot be certain that people are not in there.
Right.
And as well, we can't be certain that people are trying. But the only way you know for sure is if you check. Yeah. And if you have access.
You're right.
And if you have clear pathways for people to follow for them to gain access to your genius. That is what understanding the full picture of your digital footprint is all about. It's not just the content is the fuel that drives it, right? That's why hers is, I mean, I got to keep going back to this. But
I'm shocked.
Being intentional about what are those links? How do we create those pathways? What is that customer journey look like? That's what brings it out of just being intentional to being an A-list. That's the name of the program, by the way, the A-list digital footprint.
Nice. Okay.
Last question. When you speak, do you feel like you're starting from scratch online, or does your digital presence amplify your message and continue the conversation long after you leave the stage? I'm just going to leave this one right here for you to be like, dang, that this is literally. Yeah, but see, I would love to hear your answer to this one.
Which one? That last read it again, please.
When you speak, whether in online or in person or on stages, do you feel like you're starting from scratch, or does your digital presence, your digital footprint, amplify your message and continue the conversation long after you leave the stage?
I think it does to some degree.
To some degree.
I think that I need to, this is why I felt rebuked after number 2, is because I have to some degree abandoned certain aspects of
what
my of my personal my online presence,
right,
of what I do. So there's some of what I do that just hasn't made it to the feed at all. And there was a time when I was content creation was my full-time gig. It was what I was doing all the time.
Yeah.
And I was doing it on my platforms. That's the other reason why you can find me, why my Google, search is everywhere, is because I was writing for all kinds of publications.
Those came up in the search. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. So that's why there was so much content out there. It was mine. It was from other people who were paying me to create for them and all that. Right. And now I have some other stuff that it has taken precedence. My child, I'm more involved with his education at his school.
It's a different season.
And I'm not creating content around those things. And so, so that was like, I gotta get it together a little bit.
But again, you have the information.
Yeah.
You know what drives the engine.
For sure.
And it's just a matter of making those tweaks.
Exactly.
Having the platforms already set means you're already ahead of the game.
Yeah.
But even for me, as somebody who is actually running this program, I look at my footprint. I'm like, I could do better. Way better.
Yeah.
I could be doing way more.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that I don't want to rebuke.
Right.
But for those who are listening to this and they're like, man, I want a fuller assessment, I do have an assessment on my website, kirkharnugent.com. So you can go there, you can take the assessment, and you can figure out whether, what would be the feedback for you specifically. But as we land, I just want to challenge folks to really take a look at what's out there.
Yeah.
Treat yourself as a potential client or potential employer and see what you can find about you. Bring up the incognito tab, do the search, figure out what comes up. It's an eye-opening experience.
Yeah.
I think it's one that everybody should have. I mean, it has been wildly beneficial in ways that I could not have imagined.
If you are not even like a full-time content creator or anything like that, but you're just like, the average person happened to view us because you know us or you came across this video, you should look at your LinkedIn. You should look at your LinkedIn.
You should.
That's part of your digital footprint.
It will come up, hopefully.
Hopefully your LinkedIn comes up. And hopefully it's up to date. You should add your stuff onto your LinkedIn.
Hopefully it's up to date. See, this is the hopefully part. What we got to remove that part, family. It should be up to date.
It should.
I'm rebuking myself even as I'm saying that. It's not as up to date as it should be.
Put your awards on there. Put your appearances on there. Anything you wrote.
Yes.
It needs to be up there.
this is the if you walk away with nothing else, don't miss this part, y'all. Everyone has a digital footprint.
Right.
There's not a, well, no, I don't want to be on these platforms. No, you're on there because your friend took a picture of you and posted it, and they tagged you. You're non-existing. I'm saying, because like literally, that's the kind of stuff that came up for folks. It was like, I didn't even know I was tagged in this.
Wow.
One person in the program had the setting on Facebook where they didn't have to approve tags.
Oh.
And I was like, sis,
that's the main.
What
that's
are you
the
doing?
Main platform you need to approve your tags.
You have to approve anything for me.
Because your auntie, cousin, brother finna just be tagging.
Yeah, and then they know you have a following. They want to gain access to it. They will tag all day. There are posts with like 70 tags on there, and they got me in the mix, and I'm like, it's sitting in purgatory.
That's right.
In Facebook,
and I can choose to hide it, or I can approve it. I can remove my tag altogether.
It's a guaranteed hide.
Yeah.
And I remove tag.
Yeah.
But I'm saying all that to say, you just don't know what's out there.
Right.
You think you've been, I'm flying under the radar, and folks are like catching your entire life. You have that one family member who posts everything, and you think
right,
chilling.
Whole time they got you tagged.
They know exactly where you are, real time. They're following you along the highway. No, but
they just have to be intentional about your digital footprint.
I would say that this last piece, and we have to go, but this last piece is the reason why I really love this program is because it does allow me to use some of my former career in technology, and that's the worst part of the digital footprint is the hacked piece. If you're the worst kind of, when you do the assessment, the worst grade you can get is the one that is compromised.
Okay.
Is where there's rogue accounts, or your account is completely compromised and people are still posting on there. One guy with a YouTube channel, and it is compromised, and the people are posting videos. It is not good videos. I mean, some of them, I don't know what they're saying.
Right.
Because I don't understand the language. But it looks like it's a recruitment video for Boko Haram. That's just my personal assessment. And it's like, dude, your name is on this guy. You've got to close this down. And I want people to understand, like, there's a onus, there's a responsibility that we have to make sure that what's out there is what you want to represent you. So it's not just from the perspective, I want to get jobs, I want to get leads or anything like that. I know several of you may not be in that category, but it's from the perspective of, is it safe?
Right.
Does it accurately represent me?
Right.
And if it doesn't, take the time, put up the 2-factor authentication.
I was just about to say that. I was just about to say, make sure your two-factor authentication.
Yes.
Gotta get that. Get that on everything.
If you can type your password, it's not the password you should be using. I'm going to say it again for those in the back, because you're probably saying, what? Of course I can type my password. I'm saying I have a password manager.
Right. If you can just type it from memory, it's probably not. It's not a strong password.
It's not a strong password.
Yeah.
It's not.
And you don't want your password to be the only thing that can that's not a high enough barrier to your platforms.
I need,
that's way too much entry, easy access to.
This is what we're saying right now is these are the things that everybody needs to be thinking of. For the person who's a content creator who's doing the work to build and grow an audience, funnel clients to your business, establish yourself as a thought leader in your particular space or niche, the worst thing that could happen is for you to lose that because you had some kind of compromised account.
Right.
Something happened. My good friend of mine, Diana Gladney, says it this way: respect is earned in drops and lost in buckets. Way faster to lose it than it takes to build it. And so with your digital footprint, all you're really doing is ensuring that what is out there of you at least are aware of.
That's right.
And you have a say in. And that's what we're trying to achieve. And I hope that this was meaningful for you. The only last thing I want to share here is, if you answered no to any of these questions, go ahead and leave us a comment. Let us know. Because
we're not going to shame you.
We're not going to shame you. We're in the same shape. We're all in this together. But I also want to make it clear, for those who really want to go to the next level, there's work that you can do. There's some guides that we have available, and I'd love to be able to share that with you. Anything you want to say as we close it out today, Taina?
No, I think we've said it all. Just be intentional and be aware. Be aware of what your digital footprint is.
The aware part is so critical.
Yeah, be aware. your comments.
Yeah.
That's all part of your digital footprint.
I didn't even think about that.
Sometimes I see stuff that people write and I'm like, y'all really have no fear. You have no fear of your digital footprint. Because I can't believe you just said that for the public to see. We can see you saying that. Yeah.
No, I think, and when you take that thing seriously, it's not rocket science. You know, even if you just go through one this questionnaire, one assessment, it's gonna unlock some questions.
Right.
You're gonna be like, dang, I never thought about that.
Exactly.
Let me go and clean that up.
And once you're aware of it, it also becomes a thing in the back of your head.
Right.
So I'm a commenter. I be commenting on stuff.
Oh yeah.
But every time I think to myself, do I want this to lead back to me? What I'm about to say right now.
What am I saying? Yeah.
Do I want this to lead back to me?
Yeah. And does this represent me well?
Exactly.
And that's all we're trying to say. Family, this has been another episode of the How It All Works podcast. We're always excited that you could come and hang out with us. I'm your host, Kirk Nugent, and this is my lovely co-host,
Taina Nixon. And
we are excited about your digital footprint, even if it's abandoned.
Because now you know that and you're going to work on it. And we believe in you. You're going to do it.
We believe in you. Grace and peace, fam. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.